Okay, we're here today to talk about the procurement Hot Crazy Matrix for Miami-Dade County, a parody of the Hot Crazy scale. This presentation applies for any major government procurement since it can take a year or many decades to complete. I'm here to introduce to you Yogi Man, MDC's transcendental procurement guru.
I'm Yogi Man, the ambassador of the Spanish-Italian Mafia. Today's lesson is a little off the beaten path, and it's something you can use every day. It's all you need to know about how to deal with county government and how to analyze the situation you may be in or want to be in. This is the Universal Procurement Hot Crazy Matrix. It's everything a good employee of the government should know about procurement. I developed this over my 27 years dealing with the county, and this is how it works. You have the procurement crazy matrix and your WASA hot matrix. The hot axis is usually measured from 0 to 10. We all are familiar with that. Procurement is measured starting with a 4 because there's no such thing as a procurement that's at least a 4 crazy, and it goes up to 10. Now this is the hot crazy line. It is very important that you keep in mind where that line is. As a rule, this area here, this is your no-go zone. This area, we don't want a procurement in our minds that's at least a 5 hot. We don't go here. Life is better that way. The mayor, all 13 commissioners, all county attorneys, lobbyists and consultants, and God don't want you to go here. That's the way it works. Above a 4 crazy to about a 5 to 8 hot, and below the crazy line, this is your fun zone. You can hang here and have reasons to meet some more. Nobody gets in trouble in this zone. We can fix the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Everybody remembers Woodstock, and it's fun, people. You got to remember, though, when you're in the fun zone, you want to move out of the fun zone to a more permanent location. This is more than a 5 crazy, greater than an 8 hot, and below the crazy line. This means that there are not crazy procurements most of the time, and you can talk to people about them without being scared. Above the crazy line, and more than a 5 hot, we have the danger zone. This is where you go up in flames, you get fired, you can't pay your mortgage, it's The Walking Dead, your dog doesn't like you anymore and finds a new home, and you wind up in jail. Now we have some of the chart filled in and have a couple of more parts to put in, but at this point understand something. This is not a static environment. This is a situation where you have to use this matrix over time to develop some reliable data. It's like a dope chart. At any moment in time, any procurement you're involved in can vanish from this chart and reappear everywhere and anywhere on the chart. So over time, you must have collected data that you can consider that data reliable. Now moving on, you have this zone below the crazy line at about an 8 hot, but still about a 7 crazy. This is your great idea zone. You can stay in this great idea zone indefinitely. These are procurements you can talk to your boss and colleagues about. They sound cool and they're reasonably not crazy most of the time, so you can stay there indefinitely. Now above an 8 and below a 7 and a 5 crazy, this is your procurement zone. When you have this project in hand, you're at the finish line. It got budgeted. The lobbyists had their say. Consultants buckled. Everybody hides, and the money is still there. This zone is not scaled to size. This is a representation and not an actual pie chart showing how many of these projects are out there. Remember, you want to be a 5 to 7 crazy about an 8 hot. That's your procurement zone. Now below a 5 crazy and above a 5 hot, these are your pie in the sky zone projects. They don't exist. If you find one, please capture it safely. It's too good to be true. It doesn't piss people off. So let's study it and find a way to replicate that. So I was explaining this to a politician one time, and they said that they know about a project procurement that is a win-win, like at least a 7 hot and totally easy. That was not even a 3 crazy. I said, wait a minute. You're telling me that you have a project procurement that's at least a 9 and a 2 to 3 crazy? He said, yeah, man, I like that procurement a lot. I said, you should be careful. That's a consultant. And it makes sense. It would put the vast public in best interest. It would be cost effective. And you gotta be careful and run like hell. It's not your money. That's the hot crazy matrix of MDC procurement.
Well, we hope we hit a funny bone with this incredibly challenging process. Goodbye and Godspeed.